Hey guys, I got another quick little devotional for you. It's all about Joseph in Genesis. It's all about what he went through and how it applies to our life right now. If you haven't read through the story of Joseph, I would encourage you to go back into Genesis and to read it once again because I think it's so fitting for the times that we're in. You see, in the story of Joseph, Joseph will become second in command in all of Egypt. He will become so incredibly powerful. But the road that he took to get there was not easy and it was not fast. In the story of Joseph, we see him being absolutely hated by his brothers. We see him being sold as a slave, falsely accused, thrown into prison, and forgotten about. All of those things which he did not deserve, he easily could have used as excuses. He easily could have, in those times, just sat back and said, you know what? I quit. I don't deserve this. Or just complain. But he didn't do that. Joseph continued to pursue God. He continued to do the right thing, and he continued to work hard. And it ended up paying off with him becoming so incredibly powerful. And in that story, we can see very clearly that God works out all things for good for those who love him. God was with Joseph every step of the way. And even though some of those things were terrible, even though his brothers, who considered killing him at one point, and then later sold him as a slave, they did that out of anger and hate. But we see later on that God used that to build Joseph up. It was all a part of God's plan, and he worked it out for good. So guys, I know we're in the middle of a very, very, very tough time right now. But even when we're past all of this sickness, even when we're past all of this quarantine, life's not going to be easy. We're still going to have tough times. We're still going to have challenges. And we need to make sure that in the midst of this time and the future times, that we're going to act like Joseph. We're not just going to sit back and say, you know what, I quit, I give up, I don't deserve this. But instead, we're going to work hard to continue to pursue Christ and to continue to try to do the right thing and live a life that God would be proud of. Because we know that even though we don't understand what's going on or what this has to do with our spiritual journey, we know that this is just a piece of the puzzle. And we know that God is with us and God will work it out for good. So guys, we need to trust God. We need to have faith in God, and we need to continue to pursue God just like Joseph did. And even though we might not become second in command of anything, even though we might not become super rich and powerful like Joseph, we know that God has a specific plan for my life and for your life. So we need to trust him and continue to follow him and stay the course. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much we want to quit or how much we feel like we don't deserve the tough things in our life. God has a plan for you, so we need to stick with it.